Electric vehicles, high-paying, high-tech jobs. Ford's BlueOval City is creating a lot of excitement, and rightfully so, because Ford has promised to pour $5.6 billion into the project and nearly 6,000 jobs.
Of course, this is a game changer for our area. We know that the state has promised the largest investment in its history, hundreds of millions of dollars in incentives.
But progress comes at a price. And tonight there are questions about who's paying that price. For Rosa Miller, this is home.
We worked hard to get that property.
Your sweat's literally on this ground.
That's right.
Her family bought this land in the 1950s.
Our parents purchased the property. The siblings worked and paid for it. It was farming, so we had to farm. At that time, we worked like from sun up to sundown.
She planned to pass this plot of land in Haywood County down to her grandchildren, even her great-grandchildren, until she got a letter out of the blue from an appraiser telling her to meet on Rosa's land. Rosa saw literal red flags.
She said, that's where the highway is going to be. I said, well, no one said anything to me. No one knocked on my door. Nobody told me they were going to put a highway across my property. So her words were, that's the way they do it.
The they in this story is the Tennessee Department of Transportation. TDOT held a public meeting in late March about building a brand new exit off Interstate 40 at mile marker 39, close to where Haywood, Tipton, and Fayette counties meet. All that yellow on this map is land that TDOT wants to use to expand State Route 194. The new road would help thousands of workers get to and from the new BlueOval City plant. If there's any one group who has the potential to really do well with the presence of BlueOval, it's the landowners, the homeowners in and around Stanton, Tennessee. In fact, you see a lot of these for sale signs in front of homes and vacant property. This particular home sits on 1 acre of land. The current listing price, $445,000. Less than 1 mile away. This tract of land, expansive, undeveloped, and the owner doesn't want to sell. The irony of that is the fact that the state of Tennessee, the Department of Transportation specifically, has come in and said, you're going to have to sell. But she's not getting $500,000 per acre. In fact, the Tennessee Department of Transportation only wants 2 acres. Their offer, $11,000.
They do not know the value that land is to me. Their value is nothing. My value is great.
It's not all about money.
Not all about money.
And that's why she's fighting TDOT, along with many other landowners here. The road would cut through about 24 properties. Some have homes, some are farmlands like Rosa's. Even if they added another 0, it would still be a lowball offer compared to the other properties we've seen.
Yeah, so you saw 2 houses over there on the road.
More than $400,000 per acre.
Oh my goodness.
There are several properties for sale near BlueOval City. This one, advertised as unimproved land, is nearly $10 million for 22 acres. Another listing, $3.1 million for 6 acres. $500,000 per acre. But Rosa and her neighbors don't have a chance to hit the open market. TDOT will take what it wants using eminent domain. That's a legal process, allowing the state to seize land for public benefit, like roads. The state must pay the owners fair market value. The appraisal process is secret by law.
There are some questions with validity in relation to eminent domain.
Matthew Harrell is a developer who's helping neighbors get their share of all the money pouring into the area.
They want to make sure that if a road is being built, that it has the least amount of impact with their land in relation to what their future opportunities are to take advantage of developing their land.
We reached out to TDOT, but because of the pending nature of the dispute, our request for an on-camera interview was declined. Instead, we received this statement. It says in part, while the department makes every effort to avoid private property when maintaining or building existing or future highways, TDOT may be required to make a formal request to purchase individual property for road projects for the best engineered solution. In this case, TDOT's best engineered solution just happens to run through mostly black-owned properties.
I felt like they were trying to take advantage of me, and I felt like they were just doing it because of my color. That's how I felt.
TDOT officials maintain their selection of the acreage to be used for this roadway had nothing at all to do with race, continuing in the statement to say, TDOT follows federal and state law to maintain the standard process for purchasing property at fair market value based on third-party independent appraisal reports. As TDOT continues to mark the maps for the new highway, BlueOval City grows bigger by the day. Ford hopes to have the plant operational within the next 18 months to 2 years, barring delays.
They should be looking to partner with these black landowners that have been in this community at this point for, and some of them, hundreds of years.
It was nice living in the country, you know.
Landowners like Rosa say they want Ford to bring prosperity to their community, but they don't feel their rights should be trampled along the road to progress.
Rosa, at the end of all of this, what would satisfaction look like? What would make you happy?
At the end of it, it would be sad if they would reroute the highway where it wouldn't cross my property. Or either give me a fair amount of money that would make me feel like I gained something, but not leave me so unhappy, sad, distraught. I just don't want it to be left that way, because it's how I worked. It was my own sweat and blood tears that we worked so hard to accomplish that.
Now, in fairness, I reached out to Ford on 2 separate occasions to see if they had any comment. We never heard back. And since we began asking questions about this entire eminent domain process, there has been a change in the procedure to follow in this particular case. Before news time tonight, we got notification from TDOT that the Attorney General has requested a second opinion appraisal on all property involved, except in the cases where settlements have already been reached.